You are here because the outside world rejects you. This is your family.
Hey, what's up everyone? So it looks like some news has come out regarding the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Armageddon Game story that's going to be coming out later this summer. We're looking at this article over here from comicbook.com, and they've revealed some new details that I think you guys are going to want to check out. So let's go ahead and kind of go over this article here. The headline reads, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles enter the Armageddon Game with Shredder as leader. So let's just kind of step back and kind of just let everyone know what the Armageddon Game is. So the Armageddon Game is a story arc in the ongoing Ninja Turtles comics that's going to be coming out later this year. And these are the comics that have gone past 100 issues, that have told some great stories in the past, and they're still going. But now they seem to be entering what has been said as one of the bigger, if not the biggest event yet, and that is the Armageddon Game, which is something that the Rat King, our antagonist, is at the head of. So that's the basic gist of it. And now we can see that during this story arc, we're gonna have Shredder as leader, looks like, of the Turtles. For those who don't know, back around issue 100, Splinter and Shredder made amends, but this all happened like on the astral plane while Shredder was in the afterlife. So the Turtles, at least up until this point, haven't really dealt with him or had to speak to him since all that went down. Shredder's kind of just been observing them and making sure that they're good. He feels some type of obligation to do this for Splinter since they were once friends in the past. And like I just mentioned, had made amends when Splinter was dying. Now, the article starts off with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are entering the Rat King's Armageddon Game. It's a good thing that the Shredder is there to lead them. So yes, it does look like Shredder will be their leader or their sensei during all of this. Then it says comicbook.com can exclusively reveal the details of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Armageddon Game, the upcoming, and this is new information here, 8-part TMNT Event series from IDW Publishing. So there we go. This will be an 8-part event series. Then it says Tom Waltz, who previously wrote 100 issues of the longest running ever Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series, returns to IDW's TMNT continuity for the event. And for those who aren't familiar with the comic book side of things, he was the one that also did The Last Ronin. It says he's teaming up with, and excuse my pronunciation, Vincenzo Federici, for what IDW describes as a game-changing event that has been a decade in the making. Waltz will further set up the event in a 2-part storyline, the Armageddon Game Opening Moves series, beginning this June. And we talked about that in my last video, how there's going to be a 2-part prequel series to the Armageddon Game, which is called Armageddon Game Opening Moves. Next, it has a quote here from Waltz. It says, "It's an absolute honor and privilege to return to IDW's main TMNT continuity and to have the opportunity to do it as the creative lead on a huge multi-layered event like the Armageddon Game, which has been bouncing around in my brain ever since I stepped away after issue 100, is the veritable icing on the cake," Walt says in a statement provided to comicbook.com. Then it says, "I can't wait for fans to see what we've been cooking up. We've got a big story to tell and some amazing collaborators joining us in the telling. Let the games begin." And then we have this new image here, which we haven't seen before, and it has the Rat King there in the center. Looks like he's got Leather Krang on one side, Baxter Stockman, Madame Null. Then above them, it looks like they have some people from like outer space. And then down below, you have Shredder, and he looks to be on the same side as the Turtles. And below them, we have some other characters like Old Hob, Kitsune, and some others. Next, it says, according to IDW, the Armageddon Game sees the Shredder, who has been aiding the Turtles from the shadows since returning from the dead, leading Clan Hamato on a dangerous mission. They must forge new alliances if they hope to stand up against Rat King and his frightful new trio of allies, Leather Krang, Stockman, and Madame Null. The journey will take the Turtles to the furthest corners of New York City and other dimensions. That part's interesting. However, their absence from Mutant Town leaves the community vulnerable to new threats. So for those who don't know, the city's been split in two, and there's a part where just the mutants live ever since the mutagen bomb went off. Then it says the Armageddon Game builds on Waltz's collaboration with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles co-creator Kevin Eastman during the first 100 issues of the IDW series before handing it off to Sophie Campbell in 2020. And then next we have a quote here from Federici, who I believe is the artist that's going to be doing this event. It says, "When I was 7, I decided that I would become a comic book artist when I grew up, and the credit for that decision goes to TMNT. I was obsessed with them and still am. My personal vision of TMNT is forged in the television series and films of the 80s and 90s, but I also take inspiration from those who have worked on the IDW series from the beginning, such as Mateus Santaluco or Sophie Campbell. In the tradition of those great artists, I'll be giving my very best effort for this series. Readers will be delighted." And then down below, we have this image of what appear to be the white masked Ninja Turtles that we talked talked about in my previous video. These guys have been popping up in promo stuff and recently came out in the free comic book day issue of the comics. So we're kind of getting a preview here of what the art style of this series is going to be, and I like it. Really a fan of this style. Next, we get a quote here from senior editor Charles Beecham, and it says, "This story is going to be huge. There are a ton of players and more than a few surprises. And honestly, this is just the start. When we reach the end of this saga, it will mark the beginning of a whole new era for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Whether you're a lifelong fan of the TMNT or brand new to the party, the Armageddon game is not to be missed." Then it says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Armageddon Game #1 will ship with 3 covers, one from Federici, one from Eastman, and a third retailer incentive variant by Pasquale Quolano. And it closes out by saying the issue goes on sale in August. So it does look like the Armageddon game is beginning in August, which is also new info. We knew that the 2-part prequel series Armageddon Game Opening Moves 1 and 2 were coming out in June and July, but we weren't sure when the main event was going to start, but now we know it's starting in August based off of this article. So there you go, some new info here on the Armageddon game. Looks like Shredder's going to be joining and leading the team. Looks like this thing is going to be an 8-part series, and this whole thing appears to be kicking off this summer with the prequel series being in June and July, and then the main event starting in August. So there you go. Let me know down below what you think. Are you excited for what some are calling the biggest TMNT event of 2022? Let me know down below in the comments. Also, if you're new, remember to hit subscribe to catch more updates on the Green Machine. Follow the channel on all the social media pages. All the links are down below in the description, and I will see you guys in a little bit with another video. Take care.
Armed.